Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Being the Marshmallow, Living and Coping with PTSD. I am, as always, Bob Wagner, and back with me in the studio are my good friends Pete.
Hello.
And Blimey.
Ahoy! You finally got me name right. Aren't you the special little laddie?
He's so condescending. This week's post was inspired by a gift that I got last year about this time from a buddy of mine by the name of Tony. Tony got me this really awesome shirt for my birthday. Can you see that? This is a really cool shirt. Tony is such a great guy. Tony got me this really great shirt, and I'm going to show you the back of it. And for those of you who don't recognize the imagery on this shirt, it comes from a novel that was published in 1965 by a man named Frank Herbert. Mr. Herbert wrote a book called Dune, in which the caption on the back of the shirt featured very, very prominently as part of the culture of the universe in which the book took place. Now, why am I devoting a video blog segment dedicated to PTSD and coping with mental illness to something out of a science fiction book?
Also, we have nerd sign, the likes of which God has never seen.
Bonus points if you get that reference. The reason is because this particular piece from the book is called the Litany against Fear. Basically, it is a self-calming technique that is utilized by people in the book to prevent themselves from being overwhelmed by fear. And for some odd, peculiar reason, I thought that this might be useful to people who have a medical diagnosis which causes them to be routinely overwhelmed by fear. Okay? The Litany Against Fear has been a tool in my personal toolbox for a great many years, and I have found it to be very, very helpful. So what I'd like to do is I would like to recite it for you, and then after kind of explaining it a little bit, I want to go line by line so that you are able to refer to it yourself. I'm also going to be including a picture of it or a copy of it in either the description of this video or the comments section. I still haven't decided which, so that you can print it out and carry it around in your wallet or your purse or wherever, like I personally do and like several other people that I know do.
Shy Halud.
They're such nerds. Thanks, guys. So, to begin, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Now, like many great works of fiction, this is actually very profound. And it speaks to some very great truths, okay? First off, fear is the mind killer. Anybody who has PTSD knows this, knows this on a bone-deep level. When you become overwhelmed by fear, your brain shuts off. You are no longer a member of the species that made spaceships and great works of fiction and art and beautiful music and things like chocolate Guinness cupcakes, which are really a thing, and if you haven't had them, I feel sorry for you because they're so tasty. No, all you are is a mindless monkey running on instinct, as we've talked about extensively in this video blog. So yes, fear is the mind killer. And the best way to deal with your fear is not to block it like a wall, but to allow it to wash over you. Oops, almost knocked the mic over. But to let it wash over you and see where, and kind of turn your mind to it afterwards and go, well, where did that go? So you can kind of understand where it was coming from and so you can better analyze it, okay? If you allow it to wash over you, then you aren't spending needless energy fighting essentially an elemental force, okay? And you can focus on being a rational person. And yes, when the fear has dissipated, it is much easier to return to the self that you personally are, the person, rather than, again, this terrified ape, okay? So yes, there's great truth in the Litany Against Fear, And I personally, like I said, believe that anybody who has PTSD can benefit from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the guys aside, and I am going to, can you see these? Great. Okay, oopsie, there we go. I'm not too good with this. There we go. So we're going to go line by line here. I must not fear. Oops, wrong line. Hold on. I was on such a great roll, too. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Now, as I've said, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sorry if that wasn't as practiced and polished as other blogs, but that's just not my style. I'm kind of, freeform. As I have said, I have used this repeatedly over the years, and I've used it as a calming mantra. It utilizes the language centers of our brain. It forces us to be sentient beings rather than scared animals, and it enables us to focus on reclaiming ourselves from the primal terror that is plaguing us. Okay? I would encourage you very strongly, if you are watching this video and if you suffer from any kind of panic disorder or anxiety disorder, to make use of this. Print out a copy, carry it around in your purse, carry it around in your wallet, commit it to memory. When you feel the fear rising up to grab you by the throat, reach for this. Use this as one of your calming techniques, much like your breathing techniques or your gripper exercises or the other things, okay? And remember, the fear is real, but you are stronger than it, okay? And hopefully this will give you one more tool to remain stronger than it, because that, as I keep on saying, is the goal. Best fortune to you all. Be well, be safe, be here when we get back. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.